Here in the United States, a member of the agency overseeing the oil and gas industry in the state of Texas is calling on President Obama to lift the moratorium on offshore drilling. Texas Railroad Commissioner Ames Jones says the suspension hurts the economies of the Gulf states. She joins us now from Austin, Texas with more. Great to have you with us, Elizabeth. What specifically? I mean, it seems very logical. You cut down this industry, it's going to hurt your state, correct?
Oh my gosh, it's going to hurt more than the state of Texas. Obviously, Texas being the largest producer of oil and natural gas in the country, we have a tremendous stake in ensuring that our domestic energy industry is strong and viable. And it's not only hurting Louisiana and the other Gulf states who allow drilling off their coastline, but it's hurting the American public. And I think it's just a travesty to hear what I'm hearing while I've been sitting here waiting to come in. I cannot imagine the consequences globally of a tremendous shutdown, as we are hearing now, if these offshore wells are shut in. And of course, the Gulf of Mexico is our crown jewel.
I wonder what you think, Elizabeth, about the White House proposal to kind of just have BP foot the bill for the economic damage done caused by the moratorium. Does that make any sense to you?
It makes absolutely no sense, Matt. I mean, BP and anybody who is proven to have any fault in this tragedy has to be held accountable. And I mean, they have to make everybody whole, including the American public, who have the royalties, that own the royalty interest in this offshore production. But to make BP liable for the moratorium and the jobs lost, that is something that is just out of the realm of reality as far as I'm concerned.
Is there a way to talk with the administration about this? Because it seems that everybody from politicians in your region to the industry leaders in your region to the workers in your region are against this moratorium. Is there some way you can get to the White House and kind of convince them that it's not the best idea, or at least not in your best interest?
Well, it's not in the best interest of the country, truly. Although, as I said, Texas knows and has a tremendous amount of employees who are employed by these companies who are drilling in the deep water offshore. Houston is a tremendous nexus, if you will, of offshore drilling companies. I'd love to talk to the White House. I think that an energy regulator in the state of Texas, with the information and the history that we have had in this state, and certainly that I have had for the years that I've been on the Texas Railroad Commission, which has nothing to do with trains anymore. But these regulatory agencies, we have tremendous experts on our own staff who have experience in regulating these offshore drilling prospects. And so I have written a letter to the president, and I have suggested that, in fact, two wrongs do not make a right. And because obviously there was a wrong made, several wrongs made in the drilling, but the president is adding fuel to the fire.
I have to break in because we don't have a lot of time back, but I'm assuming my viewers are going to hear you. You're from the state of Texas. You folks in Texas, a lot of politicians make a lot of money from the energy industry. How could you say anything different from what you're saying?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean about making a lot of money from the energy industry, but the state of Texas onshore development.
But they support your campaigns and so on, and they obviously do economically support.
Well, actually, I have so many friends across the state of Texas. So, well, I got support from a lot of different industries and people in the state of Texas and campaigns, and so I have to be a regulator and call the balls and strikes the way I see them, but it doesn't make sense to me to put a moratorium on drilling on these 33 rigs, which were in fact inspected before the moratorium. So I suggest that we ought to think twice about what this policy is.
Elizabeth, thanks very much. We have to take a quick break. We're back in 2.